Welcome to Inside the Deal. I'm Suzanne Stevens. With me today is former Massachusetts Governor William Weld, now a partner at McDermott, Will and Emery. Bill, infrastructure spending is a big part of President Obama's administration. There's money for it in the budget. We've seen it in the stimulus. How much opportunity is there for private investors?
I think there's very substantial opportunity there. There's $150 billion in federal spending, and you know, this is the conjunction of a couple of trends. There's been an interesting interplay between economic and political forces in the public-private partnership area, and they were going along pretty well in the 90s. There was a great counterattack from organized labor who wanted to keep those union jobs. But then after the turn of the century, a lot of infrastructure funds were raised because it represents long-term stable returns. But I think the current politics with the Obama administration mean that we're going to see a lot more real money going into PPPs in the near future.
And where's that money going to come from? What private investment are we looking at?
Broadband access for rural areas of the country, so a lot of internet spending. The president is very interested in the energy area, and he's appointing a commission to modernize the grid. So you're going to see a lot of that on transmission and distribution for the grid. He's talked about water quality improvements as well. So, you know, although you might have thought PPPs are going to go out of favor because the election of Obama is a pro-labor move, and you have Democrats like DeFazio and Oberstar in the House who've been quite chilly about public-private partnerships in the past. The fact is, President Obama believes in collective assets and public assets. And you also have, you know, the perfect storm that the states and locals are in a huge cash crunch. They have a $100 billion collective deficit for the states in the next fiscal year. And there's diminishing revenue going into the Federal Highway Trust Fund because people are traveling less, so there's less money from the gas tax, and that means there's a much greater need for marginal dollars to go into these projects.
What are the obstacles to private investors getting in there? You know, what are there drawbacks to partnering?
Well, I don't think
government?
so. I'm the wrong person to ask because I used to be national chair of the Privatization Council of the United States. So I don't think there should be any obstacles. The dispute in the past has mainly come, I think, indirectly from organized labor that thought there would be a loss of public sector union jobs. But my experience in Massachusetts was that the construction unions, they didn't mind these things. They wanted to see the projects built, and then they would, you know, answer for organizing the workers to get them into the union fold.
Because it creates jobs as well as
creates jobs.
Strengthening
and
infrastructure.
A lot of states are over 8% unemployment, so there's just every possible macroeconomic and political factor going in the same direction, I think, now. And I think that the tone set by President Obama is going to be critical here, and the fact that he evokes the assets that he wants to see created, that helps to concentrate the mind wonderfully, particularly of chairman of House and Senate committees.
Former Massachusetts Governor William Weld, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Suzanne Stevens. Thanks for watching Inside the Deal.